What's going on, people? Thank you for tuning in to episode 9 of Spirits, Bikershit, and Nonsense. I'm here with my very good friend and pal, Frank, the motherfucking tank.
What's
going
happening?
on,
What's
brother?
happening?
How you doing, dog?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. I'm happy to be here, and I'm glad that
Hell yeah.
we're back at it again.
Hell yeah, dude. It's always a good time when I'm hanging with my bro. So tonight, what are we sampling, brother?
So tonight we're gonna try something a little bit different. We're gonna go with some rum. So we have some. Let me get it here. Captain Morgan Private Stock Premium Barrel. So you guys can see what the label looks like there.
Oh, nice.
So we're gonna give that a
That's what I'm
shot.
talking about, dude.
So as always, we're gonna dedicate this toast to the men and women out there serving our country, whooping it on in the United States military, protecting our freedoms, and making it possible for us to do what we do.
Hoorah.
Hoorah, salute.
Cheers, my brother.
All right, let's see what we got here.
This is the first time trying this, by the way, so we'll see how it goes.
Ooh, that's pretty damn good.
Oh, man.
Woo. The captain don't play. Captain Morgan.
Yeah, that's nice, dude.
Arr.
You know, I am a fan of rum and coke, bro.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan, but you
Cuba
know,
Libre? That's what that drink's called.
dude, you know I'm a weto, right?
Rum and coke. It's a
I'm a hardcore weto, dude. I don't fucking know
Cuba
that shit.
Libre.
That's good to know, dude.
Yeah.
You know, I get in weird, little, moments. You know, like sometimes, lately, as you know, I'm a big, vodka tonic guy.
Right.
But outside of that, I like to do. I love old fashions. I love doing anything whiskey.
Oh, yeah.
As you know,
Old fashions, Manhattans, whiskey sours, great drinks.
Oh, yeah.
I've been drinking dirty martinis lately. They're actually pretty damn good. I know it's kind of a weird drink to order at the bar.
It is
Like, hey, let me have a dirty martini, but it's actually pretty good.
I know it's funny.
I like it
because I've been with you a few times when you order that shit, and you've let me, take a little tester, and I'm like, oh my god, dude, it's
So good. It's not your thing.
It's an acquired taste.
It
bro.
is.
It's not something.
I like olives. Olives are good.
The olives are good. I could put those green olives in pretty much anything. I love those. But the dirty martinis, bro, that is like a fucking acquired taste, dude. I'm serious. So,
I like them. So, dude, episode 9, bro. We've had some guests on. We had some amazing guests on. We've talked about a whole bunch of stuff, and it's just, dude, I'm so happy with the direction that this is going and all the stuff that we've been able to do with this. So it's a good thing.
Yeah, it's fun. It's funny. We as you know, we're posting, an episode tonight. Last week's episode we're posting tonight.
That's right. 3 drunk Marines.
Yeah, 3 drunk Marines, yo.
It's good times. Just so you guys know, really quick, that day we had filmed a couple of episodes before that with guests, right? So
I think it was 3 episodes. We did.
And I don't even think I brought like a change of clothes that day. So it's like 3 episodes, 3 weeks in a row where I'm wearing the same thing. But just so you guys know, it was all filmed the same day within hours of each other. So we had one guest show up. We filmed our episode. They left. Another guest showed up, filmed our episode, and so on. So we had one of our buddies hanging out who's who's in the Marine Corps. And we decided, we'd been drinking all day. We were already drunk. There was 3 of us that were in the Corps. Allegedly. So we filmed an episode called 3 Drunk Marines, which was pretty damn funny. So that's what's dropping tonight. And then next Friday, this episode will air. So that's kind of how we do it. We film an episode, and then we're always a week ahead in case something pops up that we can't film that week. We've already got an episode in the pipe ready to go.
Now, Tank already knows this, okay? Some of you don't know this about me, but I'm kind of super anal when it comes to certain things. Like, we've been at this now for 2 months, doing the podcast, putting this stuff together, and I'm always concerned about like lighting and angles, and it's so funny because we start going through this episode we're posting tonight, 3 Drunk Marines, and I'm like, fuck, I'm fucking blurry. Okay.
See, you like the bright lights.
Yeah.
I like the dimmer lights. I like it to be a little bit darker.
Yeah.
But you like the bright lights.
It's not that I like it. It's just I'm trying to go like skin tones. Like I'm really white. Okay, so like a light on my forehead or
bro, if we wanted to match your
is-
skin through, it'd have to be see
yeah.
through.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like so, like a white light
Transparent.
on my face is like Casper. You know.
Oh, that's funny.
I'm super anal, and I gotta give you props, Tank. Seriously, because you're so fucking patient,
Bro,
I can see you sitting there, and you're just like, just playing on your phone. Wait until I get shit right, bro.
it's
And
all
you
good,
know,
brother.
like,
It's all good.
come on, man, damn it.
Oh.
But yeah, you've been real cool and patient. So I always appreciate that, dude, for sure.
This shit's fun, dude. The one thing that I've learned, man, is like, yeah, a lot of us are alpha males and a lot of us like to take control of shit. But if you don't want to have any stress, if you don't want to worry about shit, just let things happen the way they're going to happen, bro. Unless it's absolutely important to step in and do something about it, who gives a shit? If you want the camera a certain way, put the camera however you want it. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to sit here and mess around on my phone until you're ready to go, and then that's when we'll film. I'm not going to stress about stuff, man. I'm not going to worry about things. That's why I got all this gray hair, bro, from worrying about shit.
Oh, fuck.
You know what I mean?
Here we go. Which,
And,
by the way, I noticed you've been growing it since we spoke about
Yeah,
it.
it's
Since-
getting kind of bushy, bro. It's getting kind of bushy. And
Since the, Slick Devil episode, some of you may not have, got caught up yet.
so I agreed.
With what we're doing. We had our buddy
Topper.
come on, Topper. He's got a company called Slick Devil, hair products, all that stuff. But tell them what we kind of.
So I agreed, kind of almost on a dare, to grow my beard out for 6 months, so that it's a little bit longer, thicker, bigger. Instead of I normally
That's what she
wear
said.
it, I normally wear it really like high and tight on the chin area or the cheek area, and then a little bit longer here on the chin. But this time I'm going to grow it out for 6 months. No cutting it, no nothing. I mean, obviously, if I have to shape it a little bit, I will. But for the most part, I'm just going to let it grow wild for 6 months and see what it comes out like. So we'll see.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to do that to you, Pookie Bear. But it's just. Oh, God. Sometimes you make Daddy so angry that.
What was that?
Blowing out eardrums, bro.
Good Lord.
Shit.
I think you hit the wrong button.
I think it did, dude. So, sorry about that, bro.
That's all right.
But hey, you know what? I'm actually looking forward to seeing the end of the 6 months, dude. Because you know what, your shit's gonna get all like burly, and then you can start putting beads in it and rubber bands and shit. And
So I'm gonna look like
a fucking
Captain
Viking,
Jack Sparrow.
a fucking Viking.
Hey, well that makes sense because we're drinking Captain Morgan tonight. So,
Oh yeah.
good.
Well, hey, cheers to that.
well, I'm washing it down with some Jack Daniels.
Yes, we
So.
do have some Jack here. So you notice Tank's Jack is pretty dark. Mine's
Yeah,
pretty
because you
light.
water it down.
I did water it down. I don't want to have.
I like
another,
mine all natural.
hangover, dude. Fucking hangovers, bro. So
Good time. So you ready for tomorrow, man? We're riding tomorrow.
I am ready, man.
It's gonna be a good
I'm
time.
always excited. Now I'm kind of bummed because my baby's in the shop again.
Are you riding the Batmo glide?
I am riding the Batmoglide tomorrow.
Nice.
dude.
So just so you guys know, JT's got a couple bikes because he's kind of a baller like that, right?
Shit.
Couple of freaking road glides,
I don't
and
know
one of
about
them
that.
is black and yellow. So we call it the Batmo glide. So it's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
It's what's frustrating though is that I'm going from totally like kick ass. My bike is all modified.
Yeah.
right? So I'm like,
And you kind of, this one's kind of stock, right?
yeah, and where like this one is like just straight stock. So like tomorrow I'm gonna be riding.
It's not a real long ride though.
I would be all
So-
pouting. Be all pouting on a fucking basic bike. But hey, you know what? Here's what I say. It's always better to have a backup and be on a bike than not be on a bike at all.
There you go.
especially during events. When events are around,
Yep.
and you don't have a bike, it's frustrating. You can't roll with the brothers. Then you got to fucking, you got to cage it. And, that's just not as fun, bro. Okay.
No, I feel you. We're gonna be meeting a couple of guys over at the gas station here, so should be a good ride heading up. Should be a good group of us.
For those of you who kind of know us, as bikers and shit, we have several meetup places. It really depends on, where we're going, right? So, if we're going to a certain area, we'll meet at a certain place, and then all the bros roll up.
Yep. So we kind of have a standard meetup spot that we have here locally at one of the gas stations that everybody meets up, because we have guys coming from different counties, different cities, coming out of Orange County, San Diego County, Imperial Valley, Coachella Valley, Inland Empire, San Bernardino area, Hemet area. We got guys coming from all over the place, so we'll meet up at one central spot that's kind of right on a main freeway, and then from there we'll all roll out together.
It's always a good time.
Yeah, it's nice having a big group rolling up. So
It really
tomorrow
is.
we got a new guy coming in, so should be a good time.
Yeah, it's one of those. I've spoken about this before. How much I love being on the bike, and I'll make decisions based around me being on the bike or rolling somewhere. So
Yep.
Anytime I have a chance to hang with the bros, I will, and I try to do it as often as possible, because it's just nothing better, brother.
That's it.
Nothing fucking better, dude.
That's it. And there's a lot that comes with riding with the group and riding with the patch on. You got to know the etiquette out there when you're riding. You can't be acting stupid or disrespecting people, because then it's going to blow up in your face. I mean, couple weeks ago we rode up to San Diego.
Yes.
So there was just a small group of us that rode up to San Diego to meet up with some other brothers out there in that area. So that time we didn't have a meet spot, so a whole bunch of guys rolled from different areas, but there was a small group of us that rolled from our area, and you have to follow protocol when you're out there on the freeway. This is part of our podcast, right? When we talk about biker shit. So if you're rolling in a group and you come up on patch members, you got to follow the proper protocol. You roll up to the person in the back, you kind of give them a sign, like you're saying, hey, we'd like to go past you. And if they give you a sign that says you're good, then you move up to the next guy in the front and say, hey, we're looking to, you can kind of give them the 2-finger wave. We good to pass. And they give you the green light to go ahead and pass, and then you take off. It's about showing respect, Now, if somebody's rolling with a blank cut and they're just kind of on the freeway, yeah, you're not going to stop. You're just going to blow right by them. But if somebody's wearing patches, if they got the rags on and you roll up to them, you got to show them that respect. Even if it's a solo rider, roll up to them and be like, hey, we're going to be moving on by you. And they'll 99% of the time, they'll just be like, yeah, go ahead. And then you just continue on.
Yeah.
It's just a sign of respect.
Well, like most things, you don't just willy-nilly give people full respect. Sometimes you gotta kind of watch yourself and who you talk to. But at the end of the day, if you treat people with respect, you'll get it back in return.
Yep.
And that's kind of how I see it. Doesn't always work that way sometimes, but it really is fucking earned.
Absolutely.
You can't just give it freely.
But at the same time, when it comes to, I totally understand when you're talking about people that you hang out with on a regular basis, and but when it's just like in general, the biggest issues that people have, and the biggest reason why people get into problems is just because of lack of simple respect. If people just act decent and be respectful, it goes a long way. Like I was always taught, you don't shake hands sitting down, right? You don't shake hands with gloves on. When you're talking to somebody, take your sunglasses off.
Like etiquette.
Yeah,
Right?
it's normal stuff.
Like normal
But you'd be
etiquette, dude.
surprised how many people don't understand that. They'll shake your hand while they're sitting down, and that's not respectful. They'll shake your hand. They'll get off their bike and have their riding gloves on, and then shake your hand with their riding gloves on. You're supposed to take your gloves off. You know, it's
I know.
it's
man.
standard
It's-
etiquette, man. Take your sunglasses off
Yep.
when you're talking to somebody. It's
Yep.
you know, but it is what it is.
It is, man, and you know, sometimes you gotta take it as a grain of salt.
Absolutely,
So
absolutely. So
at the end of the day, I love being on the bike, and anybody who owns a bike and is out riding, you know, pretty much has the same feeling, right? Like you get on the bike on the road, and like nothing else fucking matters, bro.
absolutely, 100%, man.
It's the shit.
I did a coast to coast ride, right, a couple of years ago. I think we talked about
I
this
know.
already.
I'm still jealous that I couldn't have joined you on that, dude. It
Man,
sounds like you had like the most epic of fucking
Bro,
times,
I did
dude.
20 plus days on the road, just traveling from here all the way across. I made it to Florida, went down to Miami, then shot back up, went to Washington, D.C., to New Jersey, New York, came back through, I went to Philadelphia. I came back through like St. Louis, dropped back down to Texas, Albuquerque, New Mexico. I just went everywhere, bro. And it was, I almost died a couple of times. I'm not going to lie about that shit. Got caught in some really bad storms, thought I wasn't going to make it through. Had some high-speed wobbles here and there, but I made it through, man. And I got to tell you,
the death wobbles.
yeah, it was one of those things where when you're out there, especially going through New Mexico, shout out to my New Mexico brothers out there who took care of me when I got there.
They
Hustler,
know who they are.
love you, bro. You guys out there, Bronco, all you guys are freaking awesome.
Wait, speaking of which, not to interrupt, but we are going to the New Mexico
Right, yeah,
Albuquerque
in May.
run, right?
Yep.
Cannot.
So middle of May,
fucking
bro, we're
wait,
riding out there.
dude.
So you guys
Cannot fucking
stand
wait,
by.
dude.
We'll be rolling up. We're coming through. But yeah, so riding through New Mexico, bro, there is beautiful, beautiful country out there when you're on I think it's a 40 when you're coming in, but it's like wide open, red mountains. Like it's just gorgeous, man. And any problems that you have, that's when you just leave them on the road. There was plenty of times where I was out there having conversations with the man upstairs, and just clearing my conscience, bro, and leaving my problems out on the road. And you have just hours of wide open road, beautiful country, beautiful scenery. And you got to be careful because you get mesmerized, man. You're out there riding, you're looking around, not paying attention to the damn road. Could get you in a whole lot of trouble, but it's just so beautiful out there. I had to stop a few times and just kind of take it all in, man, because those are the roads that you see. Like you see these memes where guys are on bikes and there's just like this one huge road right in front of them that goes up like a hill.
Yeah, dude.
I was on one of those. You know what I'm saying?
It is the best,
It's
dude.
gorgeous, bro. So if you haven't gone on a long ride, dude, download some music, get on your bike, take some time off, and just go. Forget about everything else. Forget about your problems. Forget about your bills, your mortgage. Set yourself up so you can take at least a week or two and just, if you're a rider, if you're a biker, you have to do that, bro. You have to get on the road. You have to go take a ride, and you just have to experience that because there's nothing like it. Plot a course and go.
Shit, sometimes I don't even plot a course, bro. I'm like,
True.
destination unknown, bro. Just fucking get on the bike and motherfucking ride, dude.
Yep, that's true.
It's funny that we're kind of talking about, traveling because you know how serious I take this shit.
Yep.
I absolutely love getting on the bike and just fucking rolling out and living off the bike. And, I haven't been fortunate enough to ride across the United States from California to New York like you did. But I will say, and obviously you already know, but for our viewers, I recently had a chance to do Sturgis. I've been wanting to go to Sturgis. I mean, I can't even tell you how long, ever since I was a kid. You hear stories about it. You hear all the fucking good times. And I've always been like, you know what? If you're going to go to Sturgis, you got to do it right. You got to fucking ride there. You can't just, I know a lot of guys, they like to trailer their shit. And, I totally get it. I honestly do, especially after making the ride to Sturgis. It's... I think that we calculated it, and I could be wrong. I think we did. I want to say 3,200 miles in 12 days. I could be wrong on the mileage. I think it was somewhere around there. But we rode there and back. And I got to tell you, dude, we're riding through Wyoming. And we're like miles and miles like away from fucking anything, dude. No gas station, no nothing. So like on this trek, you know, I gotta give props out to Hitman because he planned everything and he did a pretty good job in the aspect of knowing, you know, location wise where we were going, right? So, dude, imagine being on rolling through Wyoming, and then you look to your left, you see nothing but meadows, and you look to your left and right, and you see motherfucking Tatankas. All right, I mean, serious, like, I mean, dude,
you're talking buffalo.
Yeah, dude, you just don't see Tatankas fucking in the wild, right? Like you look to your left, oh fucking, there's a herd of fucking Tatankas. You look to your right, there's a herd of fucking Tatankas, man. Like
that's cool shit, man.
I'm just like I was blown away. I mean, I've done a lot of trips where I rode from here to like Vegas, rode to Arizona, rode to Utah.
Yeah.
You've been there with me.
Absolutely.
But riding out to Sturgis, halfway across the United States was something that I will never fucking forget. It was like most epic time of my life, dude, because you wake up, get on the bike, ride 400, 500, 600 miles, go to bed, wake up, do it again.
Yeah.
There's just something about that.
Oh, bro.
That's just amazing, dude.
And like you mentioned about having somebody plan your ride out, right? Well, if you're going to go on a long ride, man, make sure that you understand what your bike can do, what your bike is capable of mileage wise, right? So like I have, those big ass, construction workers have them, the big ass, the thermoses that are like metal, right? Big old metal thermos. You know what I'm talking about?
Like the gallon ones.
Yeah, the big fucking ones.
Okay.
So I'd fill that up with fuel, throw it in my saddlebag. Because I know it's not, plastic gets soft and shit, right?
You have a 6.5 gallon
Yeah,
tank,
I totally
bro.
get it, bro. But you got to understand, like in one day, I rode 1,220 miles.
Dude,
in one day.
This is
one fucking day.
This is what blows my
Right?
mind. You didn't do the fucking iron butt. You didn't submit for that shit.
Bro, it's not about, for me, it's not about
dude.
all that
I
shit
know,
and
but
certificates
still,
and all that. I know I did it.
I'm just
Now,
saying,
I was on
it's
what's
fucking awesome,
that app? Life 360?
Yes, Life 360.
I was on that. So you saw it.
I know.
You saw how many fucking miles I did, right?
I was tracking
So,
your ass.
I know I did it. My brothers know I did it.
Yes.
I don't need a fucking certificate from Iron Butt or whatever the hell that thing is.
It's not
I don't
a
care about that.
certificate.
I got it. I know I did it. I know I'm good.
Okay.
And for you
I
guys who
get
don't
it.
know,
I
it's
get
if you ride 1,000 miles in a 24-hour period, you get a certificate. You sign up for this thing where they have you take like pictures of your mileage and your receipts when you get gas of what your mileage is at, and you track your ride and you submit all this information into this online website, and they'll send you a certificate saying that you're an Iron Butt recipient, which is pretty cool. Like if that's your thing, absolutely go for it. For me, it wasn't about that. It was about me, my bike, and the road, right?
Yeah.
So
I mean, we're on the same level, brother.
So
okay, I'm just saying it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
that
I
you can
feel
say you did a fucking iron butt because a
Yep.
lot of people don't know what that's about. I mean, you ride 1,000 miles in 24 hours. That's some fucking hard riding, dude. It's
Yeah.
not just like leisurely shit. You're riding hard. You're riding a
So
lot of fucking hours.
I did. I think it was, if I remember correctly, I think it was 1,220, right, in one day. I'd have been 1,120. We're right around there, but it was over
something-
1,000.
It was something like that because I was
So-
checking your ass the whole fucking week.
Now,
just
I
so
could have
you know.
continued riding because I stopped at around 8:30 p.m., right? I could have kept going, but it was fucking pouring, bro. Had it not been raining, I could have pulled off at least another 500 miles. But, yeah, at, pouring rain, 8:30, it's dark now, you're on a bike, cars can barely see you because, my bike is black. I'm wearing all black. You're out there on the freeway in the middle of fucking nowhere. You're Your lights, I just got 2 little tail lights. It was just not worth it for me. So I found a place to crash out and crashed
hold on.
out.
In Tank's defense, that was before your shit was modified and upgraded. Okay?
And that's true. Yeah.
You're
true.
you're fucking straight up fucking packing some shit now, bro. Dude, so I know what you're riding, bro.
Yeah. So I chose to cut it short. But going back to what I was saying, that metal thermos, I always keep that in my saddlebag. Even if I ride my 99 Springer, I have a Heritage Springer. It's a 99 with no saddlebags. I'll strap that shit to the back seat, right?
Fuck.
Yeah.
Dude.
It's got fishtails. It's a V-Class style. So for those of you who know, you know what I'm talking about. It's gangstered out. It's lowered, big old apes, spoke wheels, white walls,
but
long ass fishtails.
What he doesn't tell you is he'd rather be on his motherfucking road glide than the Springer.
Well, for long rides, you are 100% correct. In town, I'd rather be on my Springer, bro. My Springer's bad. You got to understand, me and my Springer go back a long ways. Now, it's a 1999, so I name my bikes, right? That bike is named 99 Problems, bro. It's a 1999.
I know. You fucking told me.
Oh, I love that bike. Okay, but either way, you keep that freaking thermos full of fuel in your saddlebag because you never know. Sometimes you get stuck in the middle of a fucking desert, bro, and you look at your bike and you're like, oh, I got enough mileage, but all of a sudden you're throttling up, you're getting into it, your bike is burning more fuel, and you might not make it. So that thermos could save your ass to get you to the next gas station. Just a little tip for those of you guys who maybe are brand new into getting into riding motorcycles: keep a little extra gas in your saddlebag, but keep it in a metal container. Don't put it in plastic. Don't do none of that shit. Just keep it in a metal container. Throw it in your saddlebag. Make sure the gas is fresh. And if you get to the next gas station, pour it in your gas tank, fill it up with fresh gas, throw it back in your saddlebag. Don't let that shit sit in there for weeks or months or whatever, because gas goes bad. So, just a little tip.
Well,
from someone who's been riding for fucking 20 plus years.
Yeah, you've been riding longer than I have for sure. And the thing is, I can honestly say I haven't had to have a backup gas tank yet. I haven't had to do that. The rides that I've been on and things that I do, I always plan and kind of know where I'm at.
Yeah.
I think, when we did the Sturgis run, and I think there's about 6 or 7 of us, and a lot of them brought their ladies and stuff. But I think we had a chaser vehicle, so I know there was gas in there. I know we had backup spare tires. I know we had battery chargers. I know we had everything that you need as a biker to get your shit back up and running if it's something minor. So. I know what you're talking about, bro. It's just there's something about it,
Telling you.
There's something about it.
You gotta understand, bro. When I first started riding, I was riding Dynas, right? For me, the most important thing to do. Let me pour you some more Jack Daniels here. Hold on.
Thank you, young man.
For me, the more uncomfortable it looked, the cooler it was, right? So fucking spring seats or hardtails. Tiny little peanut tanks, no suspension, whatever the hell it was, bro. I didn't care. If it looked cool, that's what I was riding. So, if we really go all the way back, the first time I really started riding a Harley was when I was 12 years old. I used to steal my dad's Harley out of the garage in La Quinta. I grew up in La Quinta Cove in Southern California, down by Palm Springs, Indio area. Yeah. I used to steal his bike and go ride all around the cove and have my brother and my cousins and everybody waiting for me, because when I'd pull up, my feet wouldn't touch the ground. So they'd hold the bike when I pulled up and stopped, and I'd jump off the bike. I'd chalk mark where his kickstand was. I knew where he kept his keys. I had it all dialed in, bro, so I wouldn't get caught. But I was riding a 1978 Harley when I was 12 years old, right?
That's pretty badaass.
Yeah, bro. My pops used to ride. Dude. My dad was badass. Rest in peace, Pops. He used to love his Harley.
Cheers.
Cheers.
To your pops.
Thank you.
Joker to your pops, brother.
So, I used to take his bike and go out riding. And then ever since then, dude, I was hooked. Like, I couldn't wait to be old enough to get my own Harley, right? First bike I got, I want to say it early 2000s, man. 2000, 2002, 1, right around that area. I got myself a freaking Dyna, and I was all over the place, bro. All over the place on that Dyna. Just loving life, right? Upgraded. Back in 2008, I bought myself a Dyna Street Bob, brand new one, right? 0 miles. Maybe I had 2 miles because you don't have to test ride the shit, but it had like no miles on it. I was fucking riding that thing all over. And then as I started getting older, bro, my back started giving out on me. I had to switch it up, right? So I went to a Softail. I got my Heritage Springer.
That's what happens when you get old, motherfucker.
I got my Vikla, and I was riding that Vikla. I rode that thing to Arizona, to Texas, Flagstaff. Now, we're in Southern California, right? So I did rides where I rode from here to Phoenix, back to Flagstaff, to Las Vegas. I went to the Grand Canyon on the thing. I was all over the place on that thing.
I love rolling to the Grand Canyon on the bike, bro. It's
yeah, and that was cool, but that's got an 80 Evo in it. So it's got like no power. At 90 miles, at 70 miles an hour doing the speed limit. Legally, right? The fucking thing is shaking and falling apart. So I decided to upgrade, and I finally got my first bagger, which was a 2018 Road Glide. And I still got that thing today, bro. And that's what I've got. I put nothing but money in it. I've souped it up, got it set to where I like it.
Whoa. Back up. Gotta back up. Okay. Yep. Tank was recently in an accident, I want to say. I don't know. It was sometime last year. It was early last year, right? It was
last year, yeah.
Okay. So Tank's making a turn on
hold on. Okay. I can't really talk about it because it's not settled yet.
Oh, okay.
So I don't want to screw that shit up. But here's what happened. I got in an accident. I got hit by a car, broke a wrist, had pins in my wrist and my hand. I was down for several months, but my bike came back better than ever.
That's kind of where I was trying to go with this, because your bike, it's literally like a before and after.
Yeah, but you got to understand,
really when it's like night and day difference, bro.
Yeah, but when the insurance company takes care of shit, they take care. They bring you back to stock.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
so which is cool. That's totally fine. They bring you back to where you were before the accident, which I totally understand. So now the way I looked at it was, if I'm gonna be, if it's gonna be taken apart or whatever, I'll throw some extra cash in there and get some stuff added that I want. But that was on me. It was kind of one of those things where
totally, dude.
So. But that bike is.
That's what we do, though.
That's what we do, bro.
We invest in the things that bring us joy, and that's
it.
That's kind of where I was trying to lead, bro. So, it's something about it, dude. And even the littlest of things, you could buy like a little $12 part and put it on the bike, bro. You're like, yeah. Oh yeah.
Anything that makes it yours.
Oh yeah, dude. It's
anything that makes it yours.
Yeah, it's just something.
So I've got my bike is what the fuck's it called when they paint on it? I'm drunk right now.
I know we're getting there. It was
it's pinstripe.
It's
pinstripe. That's what I'm talking.
There you go.
So it's pinstripe. So the back of my saddlebags, they have a saying that I have tattooed on my chest and my stomach. Okay, I've had this shit for years, probably over 20 years, but it's like a saying. It's kind of the way I've lived my life, right? It says "me vale madre," which in Spanish, that's in Spanish, but it translates to English like "I don't give a fuck," right? That's kind of my motto. Like, I don't give a fuck. Whatever happens, happens. Let's live life to the fullest. Have a good time. So the back of my bike is pinstriped.
That really is kind of how you live your life.
Yeah, and it says "me vale madre" on my saddlebags. Right? And like I said, I've got it tattooed like huge letters across my chest and my stomach. It says "Me vale madre." Now, if some of you haven't had a tattoo, don't get one on your chest, especially like right here, center chest. It freaking hurts. But I did it, big old black block letters. And as I was getting it tattooed and I'm about to cry and it's hurting like hell, all I could think of, me vale madre. I got to live up to the motto, right?
Motherfucker, at least you don't have a motherfucking tramp stamp. I'm just saying. As long as you don't have a tramp stamp, okay, Frank?
That would be all bad. But yeah, so that's what the name of my road glide is, Me Vale Madre. So I've got 99 Problems, and then I've got another custom. It's a blue. It's basically considered a special construction, like a chopper, but it's a V-Class style too. It's got airbags, and that one's named Crystal Blue Persuasion.
Well, you know what? It's funny. I know a lot of brothers name their bikes, bro. Like, and I don't ever name my bikes. I just call it her or
Got it.
she or like.
Well, you got
You
the
know.
Batmo Glide. That
Yeah.
one's named.
Well, I mean,
It's your bike.
Hey, it is the Batmo Glide, but you know what? I actually didn't name that. You know that was a Beast thing. Beast fucking was chatting with me one day and called it that. I was like, oh shit,
Well, there you go.
she's got a name.
Well, your other bike.
I was
Okay,
like,
let's.
shit,
How about
dude.
this? How about we name your other bike right now?
I don't know,
On the show, bro.
I don't.
It's
know,
burgundy.
Dude. You
burgundy.
You know how I feel about her, bro. You know how I feel about her.
So what's what's the name that goes with Burgundy wine?
Well, she's getting some upgrades right now.
I know. She's down right now because that bike.
She's getting some motherfucking upgrades right now, dude. And I'm just like, I can't wait to fucking ride her again, bro. But
She's gonna be ridiculous, bro.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not opposed to naming her, dude. It's just like, she's an elegant queen,
Burgundy
and-
wine.
Burgundy wine.
There you go.
Hold on, let me drink on this. Let me see.
Think about it.
I just can say burgundy wine. Like, hey, let me touch you. Hold on a second. Let me grow like burgundy wine. I'm like,
So
hold on.
I know people out there
hold on.
watching don't realize
Hold
what his
on,
bike
hold
is
on,
all
hold
about,
on,
bro.
hold
His
on,
bike
bro.
is ridiculous. Every upgrade you can have on that bike is in there. I mean, he's got internal upgrades in his motor. He's got freaking shocks that have what's that shit called with the outside, like the
called-
reservoirs.
They're the ollies, bro.
Yeah, those fucking things are
Motherfucking
ridiculous.
ollies, dude.
That bike's got anything and everything you can think of on it so far. So
No,
except you don't have
I mean,
T-bars, bro. You went with the you still got the apes on it.
The
on.
factory 47s, bro.
Yeah, I hear you.
don't
That's your
know.
style. I went with T-bars, and I got to tell you, bro, I've never been happier.
I will
Never
say,
been happier than riding with T-bars because the response that you get when you're carving freaking canyons, coming around corners, it's a whole different world, bro,
dude.
than being with apes.
You know
like
what?
being riding apes.
Here's the scenario, okay? I love the factory 47 bars because they just sit in a way where I can ride literally 10 hours and my arms and
You're good.
shoulders won't be tired. Like I can literally get off the bike and I'm like, I'm good to go for the next day. And I love the way they sit.
Well,
they're
that's-
just
that's-
in a perfect fucking
Yeah.
spot, dude.
And that's what I did with my T-bar. So what I did is when I talked to the shop that did it, shout out to Runlet Performance.
Which, by the way, Josh Runlet will be on
Yeah,
our,
buddy,
on a
he's-
future episode here.
that dude is a badass when
yeah.
it comes to freaking motorcycle
He,
building.
he totally is. We
so-
haven't confirmed that yet as far as date and time, but it's happening.
So I had apes on my road glide before, right? So I had the
Yeah.
meat hanger apes.
Yeah.
So when I was
remember.
when I'd ride, I found out what the height was. I had to measure it. So the T-bars are exactly the same height. The only difference is, let me get in the camera here. So if my arms were here before, they're here now. That's it. So the height didn't change. The only thing that changed was the width. So instead of riding out here, they came in a little bit, same height, and I'm able to control that bike like you wouldn't believe, bro. It's like a night and day difference between ape hangers and T-bars. I gotta tell you.
What?
Oh, bro. And if you're into performance, I'm telling you, your arms feel the same. You're not gonna get tired because that's what I was worried about. I liked my ape hangers. I liked where they used to sit, and I rode my ape hangers across the country. 21 freaking days, 20 plus days on the road with ape hangers, I know what they're supposed to feel like, right? And I know that my arms didn't get tired. But when I went to these T-bars, I was nervous about that. I'm like, well, maybe I'm not going to like this. And I made sure that my ape hangers were still available in case these didn't work out. But bro, I'm never looking back. I'm telling you.
You know,
Telling you, bro.
Here's the thing. You, Beast, No Soul, Josh, like, I've had a lot of people tell me the same motherfucking thing.
Yeah.
And, I'm not opposed, okay? I'm not opposed to trying the T-bars. And as a matter of fact, I think I'm going to go that route on the Batmo Glide. But
well, there you go.
I'm just like, I tell you what, I fucking sat on Beast's bike. And I haven't been a fan of T-bars, but part of my road glide is I like to see my monitor. I like to
right.
It's got my navigation on there. It keeps me on track. So I like to see that. And part of the T-bar scenario is that I didn't like the fact that the fucking gauges are like right in the center.
Okay.
But real quick, how Beast has his bars set up, it's like underneath where you can actually still see out of the monitor. So with seeing that, and then I sat on his bike and I was like, oh shit, it does sit fucking very nice, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I really like the way it sat.
And I completely understand that, man, because that's kind of like my rebellious side too, right? So for me,
he said rebellious.
bro, I'm telling you, like when I rode my bike, if it felt too comfortable, I had to change it. Like it's supposed to be, you ride on the freaking dirtiest, meanest, most uncomfortable bike you can find, and that's what you show up on. And people are like, you rode how many miles on that freaking thing and you're still alive? That's how I used to think, right? Yeah. Until I got into this road glide. So yeah, and when I got these T-bars, one of the things that they told me was, hey, it's going to kind of obstruct your view of your flat screen TV. And I'm like, good.
Can't stand it.
Block it. I don't need a flat screen TV on my bike. Why? It's not supposed to be on there. It's a freaking motorcycle.
Whoa.
You're not supposed to have that.
Tank, hold on a second.
You're
telling me you don't use your screen for anything?
When I'm riding, absolutely not. If I'm going to listen to music, which I never used to listen to music ever, bro.
You're legit, bro.
To me, like if you had music playing and you rolled up next to me, it would have fucked me all up. Because I'm looking at my bike going, what the hell's, what's knocking? What's that noise? Why is my bike making noise? And then I realized it's the guy next to me playing music. It used to drive me crazy. I hated that shit, right? So your bike had to be a fucking Dyna, a Softail. Like if you were riding a fucking Bagger, I had a problem with you. That was my mentality back in the day. But now, since I've gotten older and my body's fucking falling apart and all my check engine lights came on, I fucking kind of changed my ways, right? So I've gone to a little bit more comfortable. But bro, I've got to stick to you can't have all the creature comforts, right? Fuck the screen. Screw that. If you're gonna listen to music, play your music when you first start riding, and then you just go and whatever happens. You don't need a GPS. You better learn your routes. You better figure out where you're going. Screw all that, bro.
My GPS,
no, bro.
Dude.
So that's been my mentality. Now, maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy for that. Who knows? But whatever. That's how I think.
I know, dude. I absolutely love having a GPS. Quick side story. My very first bike. I mean, I've been riding a long time, but I've never had I never had my own bike kind of scenario. So the very first bike I bought, it's the same color as my
the burgundy bike.
As my brandy wine.
Not brandy. Oh, I like it. You called her brandy wine, bro. That's it.
Bro.
That's it. Brandy wine.
Oh, dude, I can't believe I just named her. I've never done that, dude. But yeah, that's
badass.
That's my baby.
And so, hey, listen, I can't fake the funk, bro. I kind of stole that name. There's a lowrider that I knew that was called Brandy Wine, but it's a lowrider car, so it doesn't count. Okay. It was a '63 Chevy Impala.
It's not the same, dude. Impalas are the shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So, buddy of mine owned it, Brandy Wine, way back in the day. I think he still owns it. And dude, he did some crazy modification thing. He chopped it up, convertible. It'll be coming out soon. But that thing is it's a badass car. So I know you got a badass bike. It's different. It's a bike. It's not a car. So that's where I got the name from.
Well, I'm just some people have their what's it called? They have their little their little quirks, right? Like they have their things, and I'm at the point in life where I want to have fun. I want to spend money on my bike. I want to travel. I want to do fun things. I want to hang out with my brothers. And dude, anytime I'm on that shit, it's just a great motherfucking time. So
Absolutely.
And that to me is what it's all about. So, Tank, we're getting close to wrapping up the show. Let's give a quick rundown of the future of our podcast. So,
Absolutely. So I've got to.
We have a lot of guests lined up, right? So
Yes.
Kind of. What are your thoughts? I mean, obviously we hang out a lot, we talk, we're fucking bros. You're my motherfucking partner, bro.
Oh, this motherfucker. Here we go. Right back to the beginning.
I'm just saying, like, what's on your mind?
This is the way I look at it, bro.
Before we close this out,
This is something that we enjoy. This is something that we hope other people enjoy. We're in the process of getting of working it out so that we're going to be put across all social media platforms. Right now, we're only on YouTube, right? But we're looking at getting...
We're working on that. Though.
Yeah, getting posted across all social media platforms. So hopefully that's going to expand our audience and the group of people that watch us and that pay attention to what we got going on. But we're going to keep doing what we do regardless. We're not going to worry about that. If we have one person watching us, we're going to keep doing this because this is fun to us. This is how we express ourselves. This is how we talk about the stuff that we enjoy. This is how we talk about the stuff that we love. So it's not about, how many people are watching us, which is awesome. The more people that watch, the better. But if we have one person that tunes in and watches us, that's more than enough for me, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, you know what? And I never would have thought that doing something like this would open my eyes to like our friendship and things that we're doing. It's one of those things where I don't think I could do this with somebody else. Like, I know I clown and we joke and I call you my partner and shit, but honestly, like,
There's just certain people that you click with, bro.
I don't know if I could do this with somebody else because, as you know, and we've stated this many times on our past shows, we don't plan anything.
That's it.
Like,
we don't.
We literally push record and whatever comes out comes out. And
that's exactly right, bro.
That's to us. That's like this is just us hanging out on a fucking Friday night.
And
this is to us like we do this shit like on a Monday.
Yeah,
and that's what's cool about it.
It's one of those things where in life everybody's got friends, you got family, friends, and acquaintances, right? So everybody sees a different version of you. Not that you're hiding anything or you're lying about anything, but there's just certain things that you don't talk about with certain people. That's just life.
Totally
right?
True.
You got acquaintances. Yeah,
totally
you're cool.
True.
You can have a beer with them. You can talk sports. You can look at, watch games, watch fights, whatever. But that's kind of as far as it goes. And then you got your real friends. I'm not going to say real friends because everybody's a good friend. But you got closer friends that you're tighter with that you can kind of express a little bit more. You got family members. Obviously, family members are going to know more about you than anybody else.
Totally.
But there's that one fine line where you've got, a certain number of friends that are right on the border of, damn, bro, you could be like family, The guy that can show up at your house and just walk through your front door and it's not a problem. He doesn't ring the doorbell because that's how close you are, that kind of thing. That's kind of where me and this guy are at. We just bullshit about stuff. We can talk about whatever. It doesn't matter. Nothing's going to, there's not a whole lot that's off limits. when we talk shit,
we,
you know?
we talk some shit.
Yeah.
You know,
So,
this guy could literally show up at my house at 2 or 3 a.m. and I would welcome him in.
that's
He
it.
can- any time of the day, like, and this goes with a lot of brothers that I have, you know, that are in the club, right? So I put my phone every night right by my side, and I make sure it's not on vibrate, because if they call me, I want to make sure that I'm available. I don't give a fuck what time of day it is. That's the type of guy I am.
That's what we do.
And if I see a call from Tank, I'm on it, because that's you know what, you can't really explain this kind of chemistry and connection with people. You just got to kind of know, and I'm sure everybody has that person in their life that feels that. So that's kind of where him and I are at, and we're having a hell of a fucking great time doing these shows and just talking shit.
Absolutely.
I mean, this is kind of what we do. Before we close this out,
Okay.
I just kind of want to give a quick synopsis of our future.
Yeah.
Of what we're doing, right?
We're going to have more guests. We're going to be talking a whole bunch of shit. We're going to be drinking more liquor. We're not going to stop. We're continuing on. We've got guests. We've got guests that are already famous, that are already on TV shows. So they'll be coming on. We got musicians that are coming on. They're going to be talking about their upcoming gigs. So we hope we can get people to go out there and watch them and support them. We've got, we're going to try to get motorcycle builders to come out and talk about, you know, the whole motorcycle community and what it means to be part of that. We got tattoo guys that hopefully are going to come out and talk to us. So we have a whole bunch of guests lined up that we're trying to schedule in to come up and talk to us and put some good content out there and put a whole bunch of cool information out there for people who may not know what this all entails, you know? And
yeah, for
on
sure,
top of that, we're going to be featuring some different liquors and drinking some cool stuff and having a good time. That's kind of what our future entails.
Well, with that, I got to throw this, you know, we were talking about having some musicians on here. My really good friend, I've known this guy. Got a frog in my throat. I've known this guy, I want to say close to 18, 20 years. His name is Henry Rojas, and he was the lead guitar player for Fallen Union, obviously my old band. So, you know, when Fallen Union broke up, you know, Henry's always had a lot of, you know, logs on the fire. He's always had little side projects and things going on. So, you know, when Fallen Union kind of disbanded, he was already jamming in another project. And I'm not going to tell you guys the name yet, because we are actually going to have Henry on the show next week.
Badass.
Not only Henry, but we're also bringing his buddy, his bass player, Tony, on the show.
Nice.
So we're going to bring them on the show next week. They're going to talk about what they're doing. We're going to, you know, blast some music of theirs and just kind of promote the brand. I got to tell you, Tank, I absolutely love Henry to death. This guy, if he was a fucking biker, he would be in our fucking club right now, because I absolutely love the guy to death, and he's just a solid individual.
Nice.
So I am extremely excited to have him on the show next week and talking about his new band. And that's kind of where we're going. So
Badass.
Hey,
I
just want to give a shout out to all the friends, family, and everybody who's kind of been supporting us up to this point. You know, we're still new at this. We're still winging it. We're still, you know, trying to figure it out. I wouldn't say we're winging it, Tank, because at this point we kind of have it figured out.
And the beautiful part about it is what works is when nothing's fucking scripted.
Yeah.
That's what works. We don't
what's
write
appealing
down.
to
We
me.
just sit down and we're like, all right, what are we talking about today? let's figure it the fuck out and
Yeah.
let's start talking some shit. So
And you know what? It's been a great time. So
Absolutely.
With that being said, we want to thank you all for tuning in, and for those of you who support us and watch our shows every week. We truly appreciate it. Thank you, man. So with that being
Absolutely.
said, till next time,
deuces.
peace
See you
out,
next week.
fellas.
Peace.
Thank you all for tuning in.
Absolutely.
We'll see you next time.